Welcome. This is the first floor where he's housed the press room, and I'm delighted to have here Mr. Johan Frederik Hel Guedj, author and art connoisseur from France.
Sì, buongiorno, adesso I speak in English because maybe it's more convenient for you followers. Yes, in fact, it's my first time in Artissima, but it's not my first time in Torino. I think first and foremost, Artissima is quite a unique fair because it's a public fair. It's been created by public authorities, city of Torino, region of around Torino, and the metropolitan area. And what is also unique, or almost unique, around fairs in Europe, I spoke about it with Luigi Fassi, the director of the fair. It's that Artissima doesn't work on a sponsorship model, but on a partnership model. So Artissima won't go around to query support money from private companies. Artissima does partnerships with those companies, and those are quite a mix. You can find Jaguar, for instance, the automotive maker, quite known obviously. You can find, for instance, the first bank group in Italy, which is Banco Intesa San Paolo. You can find private galleries, you can find private foundation like Foundation di Patrizia fra Rebaudendo, which are developing projects during the fair, but also outside of the fair during all year. So you can observe here quite an ecosystem around the fair, with obviously a network of world-renowned galleries, many collectors, many museums, etc. This is I think the first point to note. Second thing is, which I could see this afternoon, because I almost saw every gallery today of the fair. You have some remarkable sections. You have new entries with several very young galleries. I've met personally two of them. One of South Africa, Cape Town, which is called Management. Management is a gallery from New York, which has been founded just a year ago. And the other one is a gallery from Cape Town, which is called, well, right now I don't remember, but it's also a recent creation. And those galleries show young artists, which are quite remarkable. For instance, Management shows an artist who comes from the extreme east of Russia, which is a small city located on what Solzhenitsyn called the Road of Bones, which is in fact a city which was a port city where the detainees, the deported prisoners of the Gulag arrive by sea to be then sent in the camps. And this particular painter, which now resides in New York, for instance, is nourishing his art with very deep and deeply moving and difficult personal experiences, because his sister was quite ill in a hospital. So he divided, to do that series of work, he divided his time between the hospital and his studio, and he did quite a difficult act of, reconciling the pain of the illness of a closed one and the moment of necessary distance and reflection that is a prelude of any creation of a piece of art. The other remarkable section to my eye because I concentrated on both new galleries and rediscoveries, which is the section Back to the Future, who mostly shows Italian artists from the 60s, especially a woman like Silvestri, who is a sculptor, and who, like many sculptors, you can see that with, for instance, Jörg Baselitz, those wonderful drawings. And those drawings are both sketches for the sculptors, but also drawings per se. And you have quite a series of Italian galleries showing artists of 60s and later, like Carl Solari, for instance, or an artist like Isabella Gut with the Repetto Gallery, which is not Italian, it's a Swiss gallery but located in the Italian part of Switzerland, which is also a rediscovery, which is an artist quite important. To my eyes, almost at the same level as an artist like Melotti. And she's part also of the rediscoveries of that edition of Artissima.
Okay, so Johan Frederik Hel Guedj, that is here with me, is an eminent scholar in art, contemporary art, and also authors. You've been referring before to your different roles in different editorial projects.
Yes.
Would you mind telling us about your habitual work,
No,
daily work?
Well, in fact, I'm writing for the most ancient economic daily in Belgium. I'm French, but I live in Belgium. And this economic daily dedicates many, many pages to art, and especially to what we call anciently Beaux-Arts and what we call today Art Plastique in French. The other one is a monthly magazine also published in Belgium, both in Flemish and French, which is called Collect, which is published by a well-known publishing company called Snoek in Ghent, in the northern part, Flemish part of the country. I also write for Le Quotidien de l'Art in Paris, which is a very very renowned daily newspaper dedicated to art in Paris. And I'm also doing books. We did 3 books with Edizione Cinque Continenti in Milan, directed by Eric Geisels, a publisher who created he worked for several years for Skira in Milan, and after that he created his own publishing company in 2002. He publishes remarkable books. In fact, he was recently at the Köln Buchmesse, where he presented several extraordinary books. One of them is a book dedicated to what he called the interni in Pompeii, which are a set of dozens of photographies from these interiors in Pompeii, which are usually not visitable. And he did it with quite a remarkable Italian photographer called Luigi Spina. We're preparing a monography about Corneille, which was a Belgian-Flemish, Belgian-Dutch member of the Cobra Group, with Karl Appel, Alechinsky, etc. So we're preparing this project about Corneille, and that's about all for today.
I'm absolutely amazed about the range of things and works you are into, but I want to ask you, upon your thoughts, upon your researches and what you've seen till now, how you position Artissima on the international, maybe in the worldwide landscape of brand new art fairs. I mean, there is also this changement related to the art digital.
Yes. Well, Artissima is not a new fair because it's the 30th edition. But Artissima is one of these fairs like Tefaf in Holland, in the Netherlands, like Argenève in Switzerland, which are still independent fair, really created, as I said before, by local people with a worldwide audience. The other thing is Artissima is not, which is also remarkable, is not part, of course, of the new duopoly that is reinforcing itself by the day. On one side you have Art Basel, which recently created Paris Plus, which succeeded to FIAC in Paris, and you have Frieze, which last year opened a new fair in Seoul, South Korea, and you have basically this duopoly, huge duopoly of those two, and after that, or besides, you have fairs like Tefaf or Artissima or Argenève and some others. You can name Arcologne in Germany also, which are independent fairs, quite often public fairs, I mean fairs created by public authorities, which have, I think, a real asset being anchored in the local network. When the local network is so powerful as it is in Switzerland with Geneva, or as it is here in Torino, with a whole region, with so many galleries, art dealers, collectors, museums, institutions, foundations. If you just take an example with the foundation of Patricia Rebaudendo, that foundation is part of a network of 17 foundations, all private, in Italy, which organize many exhibitions, artist residencies every year, which are totally private. They never ask for public money, except in a few cases when they are also organizing schools or forming curators or young students to art. In that case only, that kind of foundation in Italy asks for a small part of public funding. So basically Artissima is a remarkable example of a completely independent fair, mostly public, which has with her, beside her, a huge network related to art in northern Italy and especially in Turin, which is quite remarkable. You have some other fairs which in Europe, I could name a few, which don't have such an integrated local network, which is so powerful as it is with Artissima.
Oh, thank you so much. I wish to have you as a guest in my YouTube channel again. For sure, we're gonna meet us again because we have 2 more days here inside Artissima. I just want to remind that Johan Frederik Hel Guedj is one of the most relevant guests here for Artissima. Thank you so much and see you soon.
Thank you.